There are stories that connect us to ourselves and to each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. Now, exclusively on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, your hosts, AJ and Natalie.
Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back. It's Wednesday night, and I am AJ.
And I am Natalie.
And we are your hosts of Soul Wanderings.
Let's wander.
Let's wander.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Tonight's
excited.
going to be so much fun. But before we get to that excitement, I want to make sure you all are hanging out with us in the chat rooms live tonight. We are live with a new guest. Actually, she's a repeat guest, but has not been on for...
It's been a long time.
I tried to look. It's been a hot minute. Too long.
It's before the world really tilted.
Yeah, it's been too long. And so it'll be good. Facebook, if you are hanging out with us on Facebook, KGRA Digital Broadcasting, Rumble, KGRA Digital Broadcasting. But also, I'd like to invite you all to go and visit. We have, I'm like, I don't have the link right here. But there's like, we have this new really cool website.
Yes, they revamped it.
And by going to kgradb.com, you can't see it yet, but go over to live.kgradb.com. You're gonna scroll down. I'm like, where are we? Okay, I'm new with the website. If you go down to 24, or actually featured programs, we're right there. Soul Wandering, right on the main page.
Right there.
Oh, looks like we can't click there. Okay, let's do this, you guys. Let's pretend that I know what I'm talking about.
Well, you know, you're going through it.
Well, I've got a plan.
She said,
I'm going to post the link. I have the link, actually. I have
seems
the
like
direct
you've been doing
link.
this for a little while.
Well, yeah, I have the direct link.
The producers doing stuff on the video. Look at that.
She knows what's up.
She's like, hey.
So I got the link, the direct link to our show. That doesn't really work, Chanel. I try that.
So you have to do programs.
I'm going to actually send you the link so a really cool web designer. I had a little meeting with him because I was like, what do we do? What do we do? And so he sent me this link. It will go live to our show. So Chanel's going to pull it up. I just sent her the link. But go to live.kgra.com. When our show is live, there's going to be a chat room right next to our video area. So we can all, I know I hang out with some of you on Rumble, some of you on Facebook when we're live, but this will give us the opportunity to all be in one little area. And for those of you who have been with me for some time, we used to have our chat room on a Discord. Oh, she can't pull it up because it would create a loop. Okay. You know what, you guys? Let's get more information on how to share this with you because I don't know how to right now. Maybe later in the show after I play around. But anyway, Discord was really awesome because we had all of these amazing conversations behind the scenes, and it was so interactive and so much fun. And we still have that, right? We have people hanging out on Facebook and we have people hanging out on Rumble. YouTube used to be a thing, but we're not there anymore, unfortunately. And so this will be a really great place for us to be able to hang out all together on one common area so that we can all be together. And it's really going to be awesome because I like it when we're all together. Then we can have these amazing conversations while our guest is visiting with us. It's a good place to ask questions, to meet new wanderers, and all of that good stuff. And speaking of wanderers, everyone piling in right now onto the platforms, hello and welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. We love our wanderers. Speaking of wanderers, so we have a brand new promo code for those of you who do not yet have a membership to KGRA. I think that it would be a good idea that you did, because you can watch and listen to all of our past shows, as well as everyone else's on the station that are put behind the members area after a few days of being live. So our new promo code is Wanderer, like you guys are wanderers. So Wanderer. So yeah, use that promo code. You'll get 30% off of your membership, whether you decide to go for a 30 day or a month or an annual.
Either way.
Yeah, either way.
Savings to be had.
Goodness to be had.
Yes.
Because 7 years of wandering I've been doing. That's a lot of shows.
You're a big deal.
You're a big deal.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of a cool thing. I got invited to be wandering with you.
Hell yeah.
After all that time, it's like, yes.
The more the merrier. Yeah, it's a good time we have. I like it, and I'm happy that you're here.
Oh, yes, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. How's your week been?
I was thinking about it because I've had less work. So I've been so busy for the last several years. I was in my backyard, just kind of like I was able to just go to Walmart and do some little bit of errands today. And I felt, I think I got so busy that I didn't really have space to breathe. And it's really interesting to have a little space in my schedule.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of nice. So I was talking last week about a couple of the projects that I was working on, and I worked on these wood projects and being around my house, and my animals are like, hey, we like having you here. And
they're not like, who are you? What are you doing in our house?
And I've been dehydrating grapes. So I have grapes in my backyard. So I've been dehydrating these grapes, and it's just been kind of nice to go a little bit different pace. Good. And have space and come to this realization that it doesn't always have to be work. Like, I do like to be busy, but it doesn't always have to be work.
Yeah.
Like, my calendar can have days where there's no one booked on it.
Yeah.
And that's
so
a
nice.
thing. So I've just been like, oh, this is what it's like to have a life outside of. It was one thing that I noticed working for myself and, being self-employed, and really, like, there was no specific time off.
Yeah.
Like, I did years of working for the federal government, and so there was structured time off in that. When you work for yourself, it's different kind of structure.
Yeah, it is. And it's a blessing and a curse in a lot of ways, because you also have to motivate yourself when you need to work.
Well, it's true. But I'm so blessed that it's really been quite a relationship I've developed with the universe. And I feel like the universe, I'm always getting the people just reach out to me, and my business is referral only. I mean, I don't have to advertise. It's just, I get these referrals, and then I get people that's like, I'm ready for another session, or I need to get back with you, or so-and-so sent me your way.
Yeah.
I had a new client on Sunday. She was so excited to get her design and just meet. And I'm just like, so it's just, that's what I feel like. It's like, like, there I am.
You worked so hard to get to this space. Congratulations.
It's nice.
Good job.
Yes. And I've been studying on my favorite topics. I've been listening to a lot of things about the design. That's my favorite topic, and learning. And that feels lovely to just deepen that understanding. And my brain is happy when it gets to be fed. So I feel like my mind's just like being well fed, and that's just kind of nice.
Yes, that is so good.
How about you?
Oh, I don't have anything like super eventful to report.
Maybe that's a good thing. That's an event in itself. Right?
I won't complain. Normally I'm like, oh, do we have to talk about my week? Or I'm like, yes, my week was awesome. It's just, I have noticed, and I really want to talk to our guest about this, because I know she'll have a feeling on all of this stuff. And we were talking about it a little bit before the show, but there's this thickness in the
Oh.
air, this dense energy, and it's not today. It's been going on for
A while.
a while, but you can feel it's getting more and more like
It's like that vice.
it's thick.
Yeah.
And the energy, sorry y'all, I have a cough drop in my mouth. I caught a bug right in my face. He just landed there. But it's like super thick and crunchy, and I don't care for it much.
It's not fun.
And people around me that I really, really love and care about, I can see them like getting
Like it's
more
taking
negative.
their toll on them.
Yes. And it's not like it's an observation. I see them just not doing their work or not being aware that they're being taken over. But as someone who can see energy the way that I do, it's a thing. It's happening, and it's really something else. And it's required me to do extra work on myself so that I don't get like taken down with them, right? But also like it's nothing I've experienced before. I don't know what it is. I can't say I know where it's coming from.
I think
But
it's
I'm
coming.
not the only one who is feeling some sort of way. And it's just interesting to see how people are acting and reacting to this energy, even knowingly, like unconsciously or consciously. Either way, it's affecting all of us.
Yes. When it seems to come from various aspects of our life, there's economic difficulties, or that's in just practical life. In several quadrants of our life, there's like a vice grip or pressure, or all of those things create extra stress, and the stress creates extra different experiences for the body, and all of those things. And so you've onboarded whatever coping skills you have,
Right.
and these are the times to like you gotta use them. I think that's,
everything that you've gathered in your toolbox, now is the time.
and you may have to do several in a day. And I find that's what I find. Oh, I was yesterday. Well, it was yesterday or the day before. I just really needed to just move, and so I was really verbalizing and just like and sometimes I'm not afraid to like just scream it out if that's kind of what I need to release it. And I was also saying, look, I'm just not accepting. It was kind of at this particular time that I was talking about. I was like, look, I'm whatever is negative here, I reject you.
This is where we need to wear our "Not Today Satan" t-shirts.
Yes.
For
That's
real.
kind of what it was. It's
not
like,
today, Satan.
I am not, no, like this is not welcome. I don't accept it. I'm not playing here. Like
as
out,
our
out.
guest tonight would say, I work for Team G.
Yes, right. And there's times where you've got to redeclare it.
Yes.
And with emphasis.
Say it out loud.
Say, yes, not mine.
Yeah.
It's not mine to deal with. I will deal with what's mine, but what isn't mine.
I've always felt these energies. And so you learn to decipher, right?
Yes.
But this energy is like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
That's probably good. I've heard.
And so you
that.
feel a certain way about it. And then you get up close and see that it is really not what you felt it to be.
That's when you have to be a wolf.
There's evil amongst us.
There is. And don't be afraid to be a wolf. You get your wolf on.
I mean, tonight we're going to get our coyote on.
Oh, yes.
So, we have a very special friend,
fun.
and let's talk about her for a little while before she gets on.
I have to say that we did, she and I do the Get Real experience, and we had fun. We've gone through several renditions, several seasons. We would call it a season, and so each season launches off, and we've adjusted and changed, or
Mhm.
evolved is probably the best word.
Mhm.
And people were saying that in our Friday class that we did, or Get Real Experience, that it was like a sitcom, because she and I just were like, okay, well, we just were talking back and forth.
I
And
heard you flip flopped on the floor.
I did.
I missed it.
So it was a bit theatrical. In some ways, it's fun. It was so that, yes, I got down on the floor, and so it was very like a bit theatrical.
Yeah.
But
Well,
sometimes
any
it's,
way that you can present the message,
yes.
right? And you feel the prompting to do it, why
Oh,
not?
yes.
I mean, you guys are entertaining all on your own.
That's what we
But then,
want.
so Mandi Thomas is our guest tonight. And those of you who've been around for a while may remember her, because she had been on the show a few times before, but years back. It's been some time. She's come out, well, she is coming out, I should say, of her. She hasn't been in the shell. Let's see, how do we put this?
She's just coming.
She hasn't
out
been on
in
social
this
media
right.
because it's not really her jam. And now, with the help of her beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, amazing children, they're helping her so she can spread the messages to everyone who's meant to hear them. She has so much to share. She's such a beautiful divine channel. And the great thing about her is that she is relatable to so many, and so many just adore her to pieces. And those that aren't quite sure of her end up just loving and adoring her. It's really fun to watch the transition, because at first she can be quite something and everyone's like, I don't know about her. But
so much love.
Everyone ends up loving her. She's just such an amazing human being.
I know I love her. I'm so blessed when I had her drawn into my life or brought together.
Yeah. Yeah. And the three of us together, we just have such a grand time when we are together, and it's so much fun. So tonight you guys get to indulge with us and have a little taste of Mandi. She's so beautiful. Tonight will be a lovely night for you to share with all of us. I guarantee she has some things that will inspire you, awaken you,
or sometimes
allow
you.
I was going to say allow you some growth, because she's an amazing mirror. Go ahead. What were you?
Well, it's in my experience, being blessed with being able to work with her in depth for many, 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 many hours. We've done classes for a long time, and to sit in the space of a channel, like there's information coming from the great mystery. It's like you've tuned in a radio station and you're listening to the universal voice give spiritual teachings. And the mind wants to comprehend the spiritual teachings, but they're spiritual teachings, not mental teachings.
Right.
And so I have learned that it's important to understand, let yourself be washed with it, and to notice when the mind is trying to comprehend through a mental framework what is spirit. Our mind really doesn't understand spirit.
Right.
We've gathered up this language to explain spirituality or the universe, and we definitely have a lot of conversations on this show about spirituality and the universe and the connection and what that is. And then there's the actual like walking it thing. But when you're sitting in a channel and it doesn't always compute, it's not like 2 + 2 = 4. We'll count it all. It's sometimes can be quite perplexing.
Yeah.
And so I've learned it's like, just surrender to the flow. Surrender to the flow.
I'm sorry, I'm running nose.
Well, that's just life is happening.
Yes, it is what it is.
Yes.
And that's really neat. Everything that you shared, like, it really is a thing. And one of the things that I've realized in the times sitting with Mandy, I may not always understand what she shares in that moment, but always, and not just sometimes, but always, there will be something that happens throughout my day or days to follow. And I'm like, oh,
That
I
was
get it. I get what she was throwing down. And it never fails. It never fails. So if you don't relate to tonight, just let it put it up on the shelf.
It'll show itself.
It will present itself when you are ready to see it.
The universe is like that. There's these threads and connections, and it's really quite incredible.
But not only that, she'll be sharing whatever she feels called to share. We'll get to learn more about her and the things that she's up to and the work that she is creating and the things she'll be putting out into the world here in the near future. That's exactly why I wanted to have her on the show, so we can make sure everyone knew.
Yes, so they can tune in to
all these important people we love in our chat rooms.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So,
what are you most excited about?
Well, so every time, so what do I want to say? I'm like stumbling over the words. Words are hard, kind of thing. So on when we did our Get Real experience on Friday, I got a really powerful clue. The willingness that I had to open up. And so this is the thing I'm dealing with in my life, and just open up, and then to hear that information come directly for me, I was just like, oh man, that is so true about my life. And then to come to an acceptance. And so every time I so enjoy, like, I'm blessed to be her friend, like to be just such good friends. She was one of my first I've had friends, but usually they were the depth of the relationship that I'm in, the friendship. And she was one that I really have had long-standing girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like this whole experience to have a girlfriend that's like, girlfriend. Yeah. That thing. And I love, because I get to see both of her. I get to see the way that she's mystical, and I get to see the way that she's human. And I'm just excited to be able to share, like, see her in this.
Yeah.
Yes. And then get to hear what comes out of her mouth, and to share with the audience, and to see what's out there for it. So I guess I would say I'm really just open to see exactly how it unfolds, because more and more these days, I am just like in the flow, like just being in the flow, going, what's life going to dish out for me next?
Yes.
What's the next thing?
Yeah.
Up or down kind of thing. So tonight it's going to be this beautiful, or not. It's really going to be something. I'm like,
or not.
It's always a
It will be
surprise, because
beautiful no
I
matter
don't
what.
think even she knows that. I know in the experiences that I have with her that it's all unscripted.
Right.
It's life completely unscripted. That's how
True.
you and I do it anyway, but we just don't have a script.
Right. Totally organic and authentic. I just have to say, I am so blessed to have a space like Vibes, where it has brought me humans that have literally changed my life. And two of them have changed my life the most, are you and Mandy. And I just appreciate and adore any time that I get with either one of you. So tonight, to have you both here is just really, really special. And I'm really excited to get to it.
Oh, same. It's like, I'm so blessed to be able to be with Vibes and to work out of that space, and just the whole experience. People that don't get to be in Ogden and don't get to come to Vibes, and still I'm surprised people are still discovering Vibes, because I'm just shocked that people haven't known it all along, but just to have such a well-kept space.
Ah, yes.
It just is. My clients come in and they're like, it smells so good in here. Oh,
Yeah.
these things are beautiful. Oh my goodness. I need to come back when it's open, because sometimes I'm there when it's closed.
Yeah.
Like, yep, you are going to have to come back when it's open.
And just side note, Vibes, just so you guys know, we just got voted #1 in Northern Utah for Best Wellness Center. So
Of course.
I'm really proud of us and our team. Like, it's so awesome.
It's very cool that all the votes went in and tallied us to #1.
Beautiful.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's not waste any more time.
Okay.
Let's get this commercial break over with so we can bring on one of the most wonderful, amazing humans we know. We'll be right back.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a feel the difference money back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to Soul Wanderings. I am AJ.
And I'm Natalie.
And we are your host of this awesome show.
Awesome.
Totally awesome.
If we do say so ourselves.
If we do say so ourselves, yes. Like we said, our super close friend.
Yes.
To
It's like one of the
both of
3
us.
musketeers.
Yes.
Just 3.
Mandi Thomas is our guest this evening. She's a passionate and transformative speaker and a channeler with a mission to guide you on your journey to self-discovery. She's something special, as we have said, and tonight will be no exception. The time we have together will be just that. Hello, beautiful. You're on mute. There you go.
Look at
I'm
our
learning.
beautiful plants.
Hello.
Hi, honey.
They're my
Welcome.
It's good to see you both. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Should have
Hi.
seen me
Welcome
freaking
to
out.
Soul Wanderings.
Get used to social media or computer stuff. I'm all how does this? I'm going to touch. Okay, stop touching buttons because it's okay.
First, I have to say, congratulations. You did it. You made it. You did the
Thank you.
technical stuff. You got out of your comfort zone.
So true.
And now you just get to sit back and be you and Cosmic Coyote and hang out with us.
I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You haven't been on the show for a while, so for those who are new or have no idea who Mandi is.
Oh, wow. Intro. That's what we're doing? Hi, I'm all kinds of things and nothing all at the same time. Nice to meet you.
That sounds about right.
I am who you say I am. A little bit about myself. I would say I have learned through life, hard times, good times, scary times, and beautiful times. Learned many deep spiritual lessons, but I didn't know it until the lights came on. So the first half of my life or more were initiations of sorts in learning some lessons and all leading back to compassion. That's my personal story. Although then there's this other part where spirit has been, or whatever you want to call it, spirit, source, multi-dimensional realms of consciousness. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea how the intelligent works. I just know that it does, and I've seen too much. I don't understand it. I just know and feel it in some way, somehow, everywhere, all at once. And somehow I learned how to tap into that. Or I didn't learn, I remembered. So I tell people if I was a painter, I would paint like Picasso. If I was like Beethoven, a composer. But I just happen to be someone who has a sense of humor about most things, even the dark, shadowy stuff, and the light and bright and shiny, new agey stuff, and like to make fun. And that's the coyote energy, really. And that's why the name comes about, is because I just find a way to look at it this way or that way.
Or not.
Or not. And it's really about thinking. It's thought-provoking. So my whole mission here, and even coming out, is let's spill the beans already, because I am tired of this place. Yeah. People got start moving, waking up, pick up a shovel, because there's plenty of soil to turn and things to dig up and look at and evaluate, or put to rest. Dig some holes. Let's bury it already. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but basically I'm here to shake it up and spread truth, or seemingly how it is for me, and raise the collective consciousness. If we're all connected and we have a collective consciousness, then if I can come in and raise the vibe or get people to think for themselves, fall away from a paradigm, what they call the matrix or something like that, then, and if not, it's fun. I get to hang out with you all on the radio. Hey.
It's fun no matter what.
I have no idea what I'm doing. It's my first day. That's what this is my first day.
It's
every day.
Were you gonna say something? No.
Every day's first day. She's first day.
It is. Every day is a new day. Very first day of being in that experience.
Yeah.
Right. So you have this awareness that you carry with you, and a lot of people don't understand you because of it. But you have a way of getting to these individuals quite beautifully, actually. You see them in ways they cannot even see themselves. What is the pull or the drive that you have that puts you in these places to share these messages with these humans? Like, why is this your mission? Why is this something that you're so passionate about doing?
Why? So this is interesting. I heard you ask like something about like what pulls me or drives me to kind of do this kind of mission work, right? Mm-hmm. Today I had a bid to fix some things out on my deck here because I'd like to have some shade or option for shade to be able to pull shade if I wanted to over my deck. The guy showed up. He was here for 5 minutes and goes, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not your guy. To do this, you'd be better off calling so-and-so. And then he was here for an hour and we talked about everything from Trump to aliens to awakening the Matrix to politics, God, Jesus, you name it. We're out there and I didn't even say anything. I just wanted the bid for my deck and I'm talking about the stain on the deck and he's all, so I can tell you're kind of, I'm all, yeah. And then he just starts talking and I'm going, oh, well, that's the mission. It's almost like I already signed up for this. I actually thought about putting in for a job transfer. And my dear friend here, Natalie, said, I don't know. I've seen what happens if you go to the HR department or ask for job transfer. Sometimes you might get a job you don't like more.
The reassignment does not mean better.
So it's fascinating that it does fuel me. But the thing is that it's not the passion of that mission or of that intention or idea that fuels it. It's source. When I get to connect with people and speak on the frequency of opening and expanding and evolution of spirit, I feel home. I feel home. That's all. And it doesn't matter where I go, if it's the gym or the grocery store or the park or a concert or get a bid. The person checking me out, the person coming to my home, it's all in that flow of things that people, and I know that when they come here, they'll say, oh, I'm sorry for bringing this up. And I said, no. If you showed up right here and you brought up this certain scenario, there's no accident. Even dating's that way. Sometimes they date and I sit down and go, oh, okay, this is why you wanted to date me. So that I can poke at all your jealousy buttons and watch you turn green and then laugh at you and tell you how much I love you and you're so cute.
It's so true.
There's a few
happen that way.
They think they hate me for a little while, but then they end up loving me and know that I love them all along. So it really is a stripping away of the not self. That's my idea. That's my mission here, is because my not self was so damaging, not only to myself and my own self-talk and my health and my mental health and well-being, but the way that I treated other people when I wasn't well. And that's what I see a lot in the world right now, is there's a lot of people that aren't well. They're sick and it's bleeding out into society. And if I'm going to be here, like, we got to start cleaning it up, because like my kids' and those grandkids and my neighbors' kids and the children that are growing up with this and the nature of the world, if there's anything that I can do, this is the most and least I can do, is speak up, even if it's all hogwash and nobody believes me. If it provokes someone to think outside the box in which we live, then I've done it.
Yeah.
But it isn't me doing it, see? It's spirit working through me. I have this assignment and spirit says, do you want this assignment? Oh, just kidding. You already chose this assignment. You have an appointment. Make your appointment. And I missed a couple appointments before. That wasn't fun for me. Scraping myself up off the ground, calling my friend, Miss AJ and Natalie. Oh my God, it hurt so bad.
Yeah. I love holding space for you in those times, just so you know, because it reminds me how human you are.
Oh,
I just love that, because you're always doing the work, right? And so to see you in those times where you get to be Mandi, I just think is so beautiful.
well, it's fun.
Yeah.
Mandi died years ago when I had this awakening process, is what they would call it now. It's so funny how words and meanings get so washed out by society or by social media, songs, music, social propaganda, Hollywood. So the word like woke or awakening or spiritual, it's really washed out and diluted, just because it's like it's regurgitation, right? Of so many people talking about it. But the awakening process for me was very much a death process, to where it was a quantum leap. I wasn't spiritually seeking. I was actually really angry with everything in the world and had no interest in participating at all. And through that intense anger and intention, of yelling at the universe, I want to see what's going on here. And if you don't show me, I'm throwing in the towel. I don't care. I mean, this whole dramatic, just, yeah, it was quite something.
Yeah.
That's when Mandi died. And then I've actually learned Mandi in reverse. So there was little Mandi, and I grew up. So I thought. And then everything fell apart, and it hurt so bad. And I recently learned I've been doing Bible study too. I like Bible study. Do all the things, study all the things, and then see how they all correlate. It's quite beautiful. But there's quite a few passages in the Bible, and also Eckhart Tolle talks about his praying for death or wishing for death. And there's people that have done this, that this was like this grand mass. I went to bed one way and I woke up another way. And that's how it was for me. As I went to bed one way, I woke up another way, and Mandi was gone. The character was, it was dead. It was meaningless. I had no attachment to anything. Zero. It could all burned up, and I was just like, wow, fascinating. But I have been using this new word. I like it because interesting. You remember the show Transylvania 6? Transylvania 6, 5,000. Remember that 80s cult classic?
Yes.
Interesting. So that's kind of how I feel. I feel like I'm in Transylvania right now. Everybody's really kind of twisted up in their costumes and with their masks on. My mask just dropped and burned, and then I chose to pick it back up and go, ooh, what kind of characters Mandi want to play? Sometimes I'm funny. When I hang out with funny people, I get to be funny. That's why I like hanging out with you two, because I get to be funny. What?
We laugh a lot.
We do laugh a lot.
It is good.
Well, before the commercial, we were talking about the energy in the world right now, just how dense and heavy it is. And you're starting to talk about that a little bit through your explanation.
So this is the interesting thing. And I will talk about some of these concepts and these ideas, these thought forms that we're talking about are things that I want to come completely out of the closet with, although that has a different connotation, but to really just spill the beans about in my world and what it looks like for me about these things, because some people get on social media and act like they know what's going on, and they prophesize this is what's happening, and then it invokes more fear in people, and then people will put their power in that spiritual guru or that person that's giving that teaching, saying that this thing's going to happen.
Right.
And it's like, no, people, take your power back. You have the connection to source. You don't have to know what's going on in the future. Why? Because the only moment is now. So these are the things that we're going to start talking about. Or Cosmic Coyote is like, okay, let's just shred the veil back. I'm over it. So about this energy, it's really trippy because so the best way that I can explain it or see it as of now is there's this PhD David Hawkins. He used kinesiology, and some people say, however people say, but this is the way that I'm going to say it, the best reference that I can use for this to wrap it around. Earlier, Natalie talked about the Western mind and us being able to intellectualize stuff. That is the only purpose for these words, is to get you out of your mind and to drop into your heart. So if David Hawkins talks about everything under 200 frequency is fear, everything above 200 is love. 1,000 is Christ conscious frequency. If you're not interested in this, or not interested, if you're not familiar with it, it's frequencies of light, right? So he talks about the ebbs and flows on a universal level, like on a collective level, that there can be this tipping point of critical mass where all of us are light, love, and have a kundalini rising and align your chakras, and boom, utopia. I don't foresee that.
She says,
Let me break your butt right here.
That's not what we're doing here. But there's something happened in COVID, and I'm not blaming COVID. There was a shift there in 2020, in my personal experience, that I saw that but it worked in both ways, as above, so below, right? So the collective, there were people that had their center and had a connection, but this invoked so much fear because of their loved ones. It's really interesting how someone can be in their center and be connected to source, and then their loved ones are threatened, and all of that meditation and devotion or practice or belief system goes out the window because they go into fight or flight.
Right.
So
And most of us are still there.
something happened there, yeah. And so I have seen it work on opposite scale where that taught people to be more in the moment because there's no guarantees. But somehow that kind of flipped I see it as like the snow globe shook and now everybody thinks the sky is falling. Yeah, everything is okay and safe. But they're still just kind of settling, that sand is still settling, that snow. If you shook a snow globe, it's still just settling. There's these remnants of it. And when there's these remnants and those little flecks of fear or whatever it is, or it reflects the light difference. It's denser. It appears to be. But I don't know if that's a collective thing. I've asked about it, and you know what it tells me? Stay in the moment, stay in gratitude. I find myself in these really chaotic places and there's a lot of stuff going on, and it says stay in the moment, stay in gratitude. Keep the frequency high. Pay no sense to the fearful thing that's being talked about over here. Like it's imperative that right now we keep it light in here.
That makes sense.
And if you don't, you're going to die the same anyway, so it's fine. Whatever.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. There are options. We have options here. You can be like Voldemort's army or Dumbledore. Now I'm all about like, welcome to Hogwarts. Let's learn some Patronum, you know. But that's the Patronum spell to blast fear and the Dementors that come in Harry Potter. The Patronum spell is to find the most joyful, beautiful, grateful moment that you can conjure up and hold it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, then fear has not a prayer. The light illuminates it. But how do you...
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple what you said. That's the instruction that you had. So following instruction, we, in our lovely experience getting real and all the conversations we've had, there's simple instructions. It's simple. Those two things that you said are the ticket to make it through.
We are so good at complicating it as humans.
Well, it's simple, yeah, but it's not easy.
No.
That's the thing, is people want an easy, like, show me a psychic, show me a healer. I need some Reiki. I need to buy this.
Well, they want someone else to
fix. Yeah, they want the quick fix, and it's not that way. It's simple, but it's not easy, and so it's practice.
Right. So talk about that for a minute. So that just came up. The two of you says that they want it fixed. And then there's an aspect of what you were just talking about that said, okay, look, the spirit says, trust this. It's fine. Everything's fine. Hold your light. Keep going. Hold your light. Keep going. Because there's nothing really to fix. Like so often there isn't anything to fix. It's life. Exactly. It's the ocean. It's organic. It's all unfolding. It's like when you're riding down the river in a tube, you're meeting the river as you come down through the river. Life is like that.
Well, and people are like that. Do you ever look at a tree? There's this master I was listening to. I don't know which one it is. And to me, everybody is master. Some people will hear me talk about this master teacher of mine, and really it was like this nasty ex who was super abusive. It isn't always Jesus, okay? There are masters that teach me, but it ain't always Jesus. But there was this master talking about the trees in a forest. You walk through the forest and go, oh, I really like that tree, but it would be better if it was an elm. I would like that tree better if it was pine. Look at that flower and its petals all crinkled up. It would be much prettier if it was alive and well. It's that whole thing of we are of nature, and there is a process going on here that nobody knows what's going on. Nobody. They can say they do, they can think they do, and it's a false sense of control. But that kind of surrender is so rattling to people's psyche, to have that much trust in the process. So I love this. Spirit has shown me this so many times. And it sometimes just this quick as it will go, pretend it's a rock, pretend it's a seed. Pretend it's a seed. So if in Bug's life, there's this scene And if you've never seen Bug's Life, I'll just explain the scene to you. Little Flip comes and brings the rock to the little ant, and he says, "See this rock? Pretend it's a seed. Inside this seed is the intelligence and everything that it takes to be this giant tree. All the intelligence, all the potential is in this little seed." And the other ant is like, "But it's a rock." And he's like, "I know it's a rock. Pretend it's a seed." Okay. So if we pretend it's a seed, we can't know the metamorphosis that even just in the seed that happens when the seed cracks and it's buried in the dark, or the imago process when the whole caterpillar turns to goo. It turns to goo. Nobody gets to see that metamorphosis process exactly how it is designed to be. So believe in God or not, Jesus or not, physics or not, life after death, be an atheist if you want, believe in aliens if you want. There is an intelligence that is beyond all of our comprehension that has it figured out in a seed. That is way above my pay grade. And anybody who says this is how it works and this is how it is, that's where I just am ready to scratch back the bell and go, no, they don't. And fear is a liar. And anybody who wants to take that sovereignty or that power from you to believe in them and what they want, need, and desire, and to give you what you want, need, and desire in this creation is bull. You know what? That's how
he preaches.
That's how
I know. You're just like, can I hear an amen?
Dylan, some truth.
Like, don't. And you know what I tell people? Don't look down upon anyone. And they go, "Oh, I do not look down on anyone. We are all one." And blah, 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 da, da. I go, "Well, don't look up to anyone either." Don't look down on anyone. Don't look up to anyone either. Yeah. This is not a thing. And so I just see a lot of that because I truly, truly believe.
Yeah.
And it's beyond belief for me. It's just proven to me 100% that everything that lies within the inside, it's never outside of me. That's been the proof of the pudding in my life, is it has never been something outside to fix it for me. It has always come back to me and my willingness to change. My skin in the game, my willingness to step up and do the work and to say, you know what, this could be better in my life.
Right.
And if that's the case with me, I would imagine it's the case with everyone else, because guess what? We're all connected and we're all one and we come from the same source. So get it together, people. Seek inside.
Put your skin in the game, huh?
Chanel, thanks for posting that comment. I was just about to share. There's a comment in the chat room that said that the whole thing that we went through turned us inward. Now it's time to share what we found there. That's an interesting comment. And then the other one was, in my experience, it has made people hateful towards others.
So I think it often happens when security is threatened, and that definitely was threatens of security on such a deep level that people like fight. Even this, like, you know, that lovely little, you know, when the toilet paper was out, and this, I mean, it's true. It's like people is like fight for yourself, and the supply lines
like
jeopardized.
Toilet paper was the big issue. Come on.
That
was wild. Toilet paper, really? Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's just to observe what actually happens. So when you're
that a problem everywhere, or just around here? Do you know? Does anybody?
That was everywhere.
It was
everywhere. It was a pretty like global.
Yeah. I think that
I think in the United States,
just like you said, people hear something and they latch onto that fear, and that fear builds more fear. It doesn't matter if it's something as silly as toilet paper. Fear is fear to these people who, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know, right? They don't know it's a lie until they know it's a lie. It's quite interesting.
It is. And the attachment, you know, I had all kinds of things prepared, but not toilet paper. That's the one thing I didn't even think about it. You know what?
Well, in the big scheme of things, like that's the last thing you're going to think about is toilet paper, because I mean, food's pretty important.
Never imagine having no toilet paper in the store.
Water's a thing.
Just grab.
Yeah, it's wild. Anyway,
it is wild.
Your perspective is refreshing. I've heard it before, of course, but for those who haven't, I hope that they they grasp on to even just a little bit of what you have to share. And we have an entire hour to continue wandering with you, which we'll do after this very last commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't. This can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected. Only at kgradb.com.
Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome back to Soul Wanderings. I'm AJ.
I am Natalie.
And we are your hosts of the show, hosted here on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. Make sure you all go and visit kgradb.com. There's lots of things going on there, and it just keeps getting better and better. You can head over to shows and hosts and scroll down. Oh my goodness, here I go again.
Oh, yes. We're going to have
go down to Wednesday night to Soul Wanderings.
She's like, it used to work that way.
No, it still does because the old site's still there. So I had to check put myself in check. Anyway, go over there to shows and hosts over to Wednesday and scroll down. You'll be able to easily access our membership option to get 30% off your annual or monthly subscription. And that way you can see all of the shows past, not just ours, but all of the shows from all of the hosts, as well as behind the scenes exclusive content. It's all good. Delicious stuff. Tonight we are hanging out with one of our besties, Mandi Thomas. She's amazing. Mandi, you're amazing.
Thanks.
So happy to have you here. I want everyone to go and visit spiritualevolution101.com. Mandi has a new project. Make sure you go and add it to your favorites. Click on all of the social media links where you'll be able to follow her and the work she is doing, which is, Mandi, tell us all about it.
Well, it's evolving. I don't know. This is first base right here.
Yeah. Okay, well, what's your intention? What is
So
spiritual evolution? Who is Cosmic Coyote? And what's your role in all of it?
perfect. Okay. So this has kind of been a trippy deal. So I talked about how I had this death process and then woke up one day and the dissolution of the ego, this newborn found way of seeing life all came to be. So this was years ago. This was 12 years ago. So for the last 11, 12 years, I've been collecting Spiritual Evolution 101 on all the different social media platforms I don't really even understand technology that much, so forgive me if I don't even, but like, you have a domain or something, right? On your,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a website
So
address.
I got that, and I got just anything that I could register for a certain name. I would gather Spiritual Evolution 101, and I had no idea what it was about. So they've been sitting. But I've had these other commitments and these other things going on in my life that I was invested in. And certain things started coming to a close, and I went through a huge transformation myself during 2020. Last 3 years have been a huge transformation in my life. Second death, I would say. So they say that in the shamanic worlds, there's 3 or 4, maybe 4. I don't know. I can't remember. A lot of things are in 4s, like 4 seasons, things like this. However it is, I had some high holy shamanic death again. But when I came to, it was like, okay, now I'm Mandi, and I've been so much in my humanness, and I have this this awareness that anything I say or do, whether it's true or not, doesn't matter how anybody sees it. And so there was just this part of me that shriveled up and died of not caring what anybody thinks about anything anymore, because we all have different perspectives, and it's either for us or not for us, and we can change our mind at any time. Mm-hmm. And so through that process, I got this kind of ping from Spirit, and Spirit was all, hey, it's time. And I'm all, it's time for what? And it's like, it's time for no more masks, no more running under the radar, no more keeping it on the down low. And where I haven't ever advertised. I mean, the most advertisement is we have on the board at the shop of vibes, or maybe a Facebook post that says, hey, come in, we're going to channel. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And it's always been Spirit guided to bring people to where I'm at, even if it's a contractor giving me a bid on a deck or someone I go on an online date with. It aligns. I have these divine appointments. Somehow, and I don't know how and when time exists and how it works, I got the download that, hey, it's time. Spiritual Evolution 101 is going to go online now. Only this has nothing to do with Mandi. This has everything to do with the Cosmic Coyote. And this character comes from, I have learned that the coyote sometimes, or coyote, however it is, has some kind of reputation of being a trickster. Only I've had these conversations and I've listened to these elders. I've gone and trained in different places, read in different books, had teachers from different cultures, from different indigenous groups or church groups or religions, believe, you name it. I'm one of those people like, hey, teach me. I want to hear, I want to listen. And the coyote has this kind of negative connotation to it. But I did hear in these creation stories that coyote is actually paradoxal. It's not about being a trickster. They say the coyote is one of those first creators in the creation story, and he out-tricked himself when he was competing with the spider. The cosmic spider, was creating all the webs of the multidimensional, the multiverse, they say. And that spider was riding on the coyote's back, and the spider was being a little more like, he had some humility about him, was kicked back in his little web hammock going, it's really no big deal. I mean, just spin webs and eat them up and destroy and create, and it's all good. And the coyote was like, oh no, let me show you what I can do. And he created human. And that's the day he out-tricked himself. That's one story I heard. There's something about that coyote that has been a teacher in my life of this paradox. It is, and it's not. And it's not a trickster to me. It's a paradox. And the closest that I have come to truth is all paradoxal. And I have had master teachers tell me, and there's master teachers around this world that have said, the closer you are sitting in paradox, that's the closest we can come to truth in this human form and in our psyche, because there is no understanding of how it is. It is this and that at the same time. It is two and not two at the same time. This duality is one, and it's also two at the same time. Let's not disregard that, so it's both. And Cosmo and Cosmic just came from me. My neighbor actually nicknamed me Cosmo. It was so funny. I went over there, totally did not know that they were, the husband and wife was in the kitchen and said, "Where's Cosmo at?" And she goes, "He's right here." And I go, "Cosmo?" And she goes, "Yeah, he nicknamed you Cosmo." I thought, oh, that's funny. So it just came together, but Spirit gave this character this name. Cosmic Coyote is this paradox of the cosmos that is going to talk about what may seem like nonsense. And it's okay, because there isn't a right or wrong or up or down about it. It's both. It's all of that. And it's all created from this seed or a rock, depending on how you look at it. And so this character is coming out, and it isn't about Mandi or my opinions at all. It's this channeling. I've been channeling too for 11 or 12 years. When I would channel, I wouldn't even remember what I channeled. I would get done and I'd go, "Was that good? Did somebody scribe that?" Because I didn't even remember what I said. But the more work I've done, and with the Get Real experiences and my spiritual process and the commitments that I've had and the initiations that I've been through, have prepared me to now be where I am, to receive and accept this assignment. And I have no idea what it looks like. It's an evolving thing. And it's interesting because my daughter, she told me, she said, "Mom, it's like you jump in this rocket and you want to hit launch." But in society and with social media, and there's these things we have to do, and these programs we've got to do, and these algorithms that there is, and we've got to plug this in and do this link. And I go, "Just push launch. Let's get the message out." And so I don't have any understanding about how it is. And that's a little bit of coyote nature too, is the chaos. But the chaos is the seed cracking and the metamorphosis that happens inside the chrysalis. And I'm really excited about it. It's always been my gig. It's just now that I'm coming out and I'm saying, "Hey, I want to share this with the people." Whoever is thirsty for it. Because whether people listen to it or not, or follow it or not, or get anything from the message or not, that it doesn't matter to me.
I think people are hungry for something, right? Something bigger than themselves. For those who don't know how to look within yet, they're looking for answers. They're looking for guidance. They're looking for messages, whatever that looks like. And someone like you who has some kind of something to offer them, it's needed. It really is. And the messages that you share, although they may not be received in the moment when you share them, they are, just like I was explaining with Natalie. I don't know if, was it before she came on the show?
I don't know. We'll see.
Either way, there are things that you have said to me that didn't register in the moment, but they did later. Like, oh, that's what she was talking about. And I think people are looking for that. They're looking for something, anything to guide them.
So what about the people? This was a question that I was kind of thinking to myself. So this is interesting. I'm always asking questions to myself and to the universe. I wonder about that. Empty the cup. Empty the cup. That's where the potential is. Pretend you don't know anything and then see if something comes in, right? So during the commercial break, I was pretending not, because I think we pretend that we know. We really don't know. There's no pretending.
Very true.
Is what about the people that aren't seeking or aren't looking or aren't wondering because they think they have it figured out. They think they have it figured out.
Mm.
And they think it so much that they have it figured out because it secures them in this illusion of control so that they can't be hurt and they don't need to be vulnerable and they don't need to show themselves to the world. They don't have to connect on this deep, intimate level with all of creation. Because if I have it all figured out and I'm not seeking, then I can be just mediocre. But I'm not mediocre because I'll tell you, I stepped out of this program, or I stepped out of this church, or I stepped away from this group, or I reclaimed my power out of this marriage. No, it's like, what about like not reclaiming, but owning all of what we are and have to offer? And I don't mean this in like a powerful way. See, people have the love of power, not the power of love. They say Jimi Hendrix is the first one that said that. When people fall in love with the power of love, then we will have a shift. So I was asking the universe that question. What about these people that aren't looking, that aren't seeking? Those are the ones that Spiritual 101's about. I remember when I went to college, I went to Psych 101. This is like the beginning of it. I'm not trying to blast everybody out in the universe. Like, let's get back to basics, to the simple stuff. Like Natalie was talking about. This is simple. Be kind to yourself. Start there. Wake up in the morning, have kind words for yourself. Quit emotionally, mentally terrorizing yourself. There are so many terrorists in this world, but they're mental and emotional terrorists upon themselves.
But you may think that's simple. That's not simple for a lot of people.
Right, but it is basics. It's like nutrition for your internal psyche. Like, I know someone, I was just talking to him today, and I said something about loving himself, and it just choked him up, because that really was the crux of what's going on for him, is this inability to be kind to himself on such a level.
So, but he can seek you out to talk to you.
Yes.
So what I just heard was then he has suffered enough. So it's really interesting how many times we got to hang Jesus on the cross. It's like, I did not wake up until I suffered so much that I prayed for death, and I did not want to wake up the next day. And I don't mean suicidal. Like, I literally was like, kill me now. I'm out. I am so afraid of myself and my life and who I am and what this is. And it is so big. I could just, God, if you're there, take me. Mm-hmm. So if they haven't suffered enough, maybe they don't seek out people like you, Natalie, or even listen to the show. You know, it's right. Like, how do I touch those people? Like, anybody that has, that's part of the coyote too. Is like, if I can crack jokes. I was talking the other night and Get Real about how George Carlin was way ahead of his time, I think. Yes. He's the only comic I saw on stage that made jokes about abortion, and it was okay. But it wasn't okay. He got a lot of pushback. But it wasn't a joke. He was saying it in a way to awaken people to the idea of how absurd society's rules are upon these things. It's just like, it wasn't a joke. And that's the coyote, is this is not a joke. Mm-hmm. But it is.
You know, they say laughter is the best medicine. And when things are heavy and when things are more challenging, like literally, if you can get yourself to laugh, because it is funny. At the end of the day, none of this matters. None of this matters.
Right.
It's most of what we get fearful of is so minuscule on the grand scale of things. There's times where I look at these mountains that we're right by and go, that mountain has been seen so much. And our little dilemma in the day is just so fluffer. One thing I was going to say is I know you really well, and I know that you get assignments. And you get assignments, and you've learned to follow the instruction. And this is the way that I would interpret it. This Spiritual Evolution 101 is an assignment that will unfold as you accomplish it. And you're being asked to be a voice, and you're going to voice it. And then whatever happens with that, whether people seek it or whether they're done suffering, so they come across it randomly, That's what I feel like.
randomly by accident.
Yes, but all the time I've known you, it's just, oh, guess what? There's an assignment. Okay.
Mhm.
Am I going to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
The awesome thing is that you're doing it though.
Yes.
Like you've been laying out this foundation for so long, and now you're showing up for it, and it's needed and it's important.
I'm excited about it. When I was laying the foundation, I had no idea what I was building, and I still don't. It's not build.
But it's going to be neat to witness you in your transformation through it all.
Oh, good.
Like we get to see you from the beginning, and the things that you're going to share are going to be life changing for so many people. You've already changed so many.
Get real with yourself. The get real with yourself or get real experience I have grown so much in doing that. So if nothing else, doing Spiritual Evolution 101 or Cosmic Coyote, I'm learning me because it presses my buttons. It's interesting after I take an assignment how the universe or, and those like new agey ways of explaining things. All I can say is like, I have been pressed and challenged based on my belief that what other people say or think about me matters. And so this last week or two, I've had some just really what would be profound information come my way about what my loved ones, people really close to me who know me well and for many years have said things about me that are absolutely not true. And it didn't rattle me. I just laughed. I was like, what? Oh, that totally sounds like something I would say. You said that? No, I did not say that. And if you think I did, that's okay too.
Right.
And it has taken a long time in preparation to be where I am now. And that's just kind of, some people say what other people think of me is none of my business. And I don't care what people say about me. And it's like, is that true? Because I've done a lot of work and I can say that people closest to me, I still at times, it can be earth shattering and heartbreaking to me if they think that I was out to get them or maliciously hurt them because of an old wound that I touched. Looking at them saying, it's not me. The wound is open. I can see the slug. Just let me get the slug out so you can quit bleeding on everyone. But see, again, it isn't me doing it. It's just pointing it out and then having someone be open enough and receptive enough to take a look in the mirror. And some people just simply aren't looking right now. But there's more. I really do. I think people are thirsty for it and hungry for it, like you said. They are. They're like, give me something new. Give me something fresh.
I see it every day.
That it's like old or redundant for them. It's just like again and again and again and again. And so if I can be just even any kind of breath of fresh air, some of the videos that are coming out, because I've been editing. This has been a thing. It just barely, on Spiritual Evolution 101, just barely put a couple reels out today on the different social media platforms. I'm going to just start pumping out videos and see what kind of information or delivery is landing the most gracefully, I guess. And not only that, but Spirit's so driving, dude, because this is a trip. On a side note, we're not on a radio show right now. Hey, AJ, Natalie, guess what? This is Trip.
Guess what?
When I record Cosmic Coyote, because I'm not good at selfies. Anybody that knows me, I don't do selfies. This camera thing right here is kind of a trip. I'm glad that my picture is over here, so I can't really see myself. But when the camera comes on, it's a trip because it's not like Get Real with Yourself. And it's not like Mandi, and it's not like this right here. Cosmic Coyote really does have its own character. And when I got done with the video, and my kids are recording, so they're recording me, and I get done with the video, and I looked at them, I go, was that good? Because that sounded really chaotic to me. I didn't understand I couldn't understand the words that were coming out of my own mouth. And so this is a whole new thing. Just like when I mentioned before, I started channeling so many years ago, and I couldn't understand that frequency. So this frequency may be more dialed into the masses or the collective consciousness, unconsciousness, because I would use different words. If it were me teaching a class or just talking to someone individual, I would maybe explain it differently. So it's been really interesting.
Wah,
But some of the videos are out, and so I'm excited to see how it works. I'm just going to start pressing these videos and then eventually do some webinars. Not even eventually, hopefully next month, do some kind of Get Real Experience webinars that anybody can chime into on Zoom. And then it will be a channeling experience on Zoom. Courses that are more in depth, or even private sessions that people could get via online, and not just tune into Cosmic Coyote, but just have some spiritual guidance or a reflection to bring people back to center.
Mandi, are you open to one of those experiences with us tonight?
What kind of
Or should I say, are you open, or is Cosmic Coyote open to it?
Let's do it. I'm open to everything.
I would love that. I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Meaning what? Like, chime in with a question, or somebody else? What are you talking about? Are we going to have a webinar? What do you want to talk about?
I don't want to focus in on a topic. I think it would be lovely to have us receive a messages that is for our best and highest good at this time.
Yes. Is there something waiting to come out of the channel to share?
So I would say that everybody try to stop fixing everybody. But see, it's interesting how I just use the word try. So in channeling, all I have to do is listen to the words that come out of my mouth, because everybody is trying everything. And as Yoda says, there is no try. So it's, how do we as a collective, everybody, stop fixing everybody? Because there isn't another. The other isn't outside of you. See, but then that's when it gets really blown out into all the one in the reflection of things. And people can grab on that concept, but they haven't done the grunt work. So this elder told me one time, he says, corn is really useful on the cob. Corn is a good, useful substance on the cob. When you cut it off the cob, it gets more useful. When you mash the corn, it even becomes more useful. When you mash it up, you can use it for more ways, more things. It is more useful, has more uses. When you dry it out and you grind the corn into mill, it is the most useful. So this is when I say refine yourself. Refine ourselves as a collective. We have sat on the cob for too long. It is time to cut it down and mash it up and dry it out and refine and grind us down so we can be the most useful to each other and to the future generations. But see, the metaphors of like, I could sit here and talk to people about the whole oneness of everything and how it is all a reflection. It's one being, one source of light reflecting off of itself at different densities of energy to experience itself, experiencing itself. And someone could say, yeah, I know that concept. And I'm going, well, try experiencing it. When you experience the other as you, as another part of God, you would never forsake them, lie to them, steal from them. So this is bullshit. When people walk around here and say they know of oneness, how do you talk to your enemy? How do you think of them? Do you have that enemy? Do you have grievances? If you have grievances, forgive your grievances. You know how you are forgiven? Forgive everyone else. You know how you love yourself? Love everyone else. Everyone and everything about every molester, murder, rapist, thief that has ever crossed this path. I'm not saying I condone the behavior, that I like it, that it's okay. I'm saying that it's necessary and it is part of creation and it is a giveaway of love. That is the refining process. There are people that have given themselves away to be the contrary so that we can experience ourselves as love. Because how else would we experience ourselves as light if there was nothing dense to reflect ourselves off of? Light is invisible until it hits a dense object that it can then reflect itself off of. The density is crucial for the expansion of spirit. And we're not here to evolve humans, we're here to evolve spirit. And we just be happening to be moving around in these human bodies, these vehicles of denser proportion, so that we can then reflect ourselves, source energy, through words, music, song, and our actions. It's like I'm ready for the refining process. I have been cut off the cob, mashed, and refined. And then you know what happens again? A new cob grows. There's a new kernel. There's more refining. You have not arrived, because there's nowhere to arrive to. You're already here. It's now. There's no moving towards a something, somewhere, someplace. It's here. If you can't be it and do it now, then when? There? Because there is never here. It's always here with the T. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean, like, yo, time out. Time out. You're over there. You're not here. Take the T out of the game. Come back here. Come back here. Refine yourself. And if you don't, that's okay too. Be the contrary for other people. That's the beauty of it, is when can we stop fixing other people? It is source 2. It is creation 2. There's nothing to fix. So how can someone say, okay, so there's nothing to fix, so what, we just let it all be a chaotic? Yes. Yes, you sit and be with that and see what comes up. Mm-hmm. See if you have resistance. See if you have anger or resentment or have negative thoughts or bad thoughts about someone else because of the way that it is. Those are the thoughts you observe and say, oh, I love you. Thank you. I'm just going to let that go now. You just watch the thought. Watch the thought and let it go. Or hold on to it and suffer more. And it's not this or that, but it kind of is. Hold it, suffer. What do they say? Let go or be dragged. That's some famous Zen proverb there for you. Let go or be dragged. And it's just like I could go on. And once in the channeling space, it's how many different references do we want? Is it a rock or a seed? Is it corn on the cob or mill? You know, refine ourselves. It is these simple concepts, but it's like, how do you just get one, idea and seek in that idea deeper and deeper and deeper. So one of the videos about Cosmic Coyote, this is what's coming up right here, is like people finding a path. As people are scattered right now. People have left churches, left pastors, left therapists, left marriages. During COVID, there was a lot of leaving. There was a lot of, I only have this much time, or I am isolated, and so I can't go to this thing. And then once COVID opened it up for everybody to go everywhere, people didn't want to go to those places anymore, right? But and this is just a suggestion for the human mind, because see, in the Western world, our minds are made and our language is made not out of emotions, but out of a get her done attitude. America, get her done. It's very it's a productive language. It's about getting things done, right? So in order to calm the Western mind out of the get her done attitude and to unwind that, it would be helpful to sit with a practice. If not meditation, it could be a practice of reading a book. And then when you're done reading it, pick it up and read it again. And then when you're done, pick it up and read it again. Because people are doing these one and done quick fixes and think that they can go to a healer or a shaman or a ceremony or eat some kind of medicine or a weekend workshop for $10,000 and teach them how to be a shaman and everything is healed and everything is fixed. And that is not how it works. It is about depth. So pick the one thing and find depth, 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 depth. Because the deeper the roots grow, then the higher the tree can go. A lot of the new agey concepts here, you pull out one negative comment and they fall flat on their face and talk about how you work for the devil. And people have said that about me. I don't know, she's dark, she's negative. And I was like, oh, so you haven't sewed your shadow on yet. That's okay. That's okay. I know who I am. I know who I work for. I work for the light. I ride for the G team, Team God. It's like, I come from the stars. I work for God. Hey, so does everybody else. They just forgot. It'll be a surprise ending. So spoiler alert, right? Spoiler alert. So if I could encourage anybody to do anything as far as if they have a spiritual seeking, or they have an idea of wanting more, or feeling like they would like to create more clarity in their life and growth and expansion consciously and in their awareness, it's about sticking to one thing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. Even if it's washing dishes. When you wash dishes, if you can wash dishes until you are only washing dishes, no thoughts about it. The dishes keep piling up. You just keep washing. Not that the water's hot or too cold or the soap is. If you can do the dishwashing exercise and only be washing dishes, then you're closer to that space of peace. And then do that in everything in life. But start with washing dishes. You can find your Zen there. It doesn't matter which way you pick. What was that?
Easy as that.
Well, over and over and over and over and over.
Simple as
Well,
that.
we all have dishes to wash, so.
But I say just
sounds pretty
around,
easy.
and if your heart says yes, then it's on. And if your heart says no, then that's a green light.
That's really
you see that much resistance, and
sign.
your heart's like, no. Now, I'm not talking about your gut instinct. If your gut instinct says no, don't do it. But if something in you is like, ooh, that's cringy, I don't want to do that, meh, then I'm like, that's the green light. That's where your growth is.
Good point.
So there's a little tidbit. How was that?
Beautiful. Love it.
If you were in a Get Real experience right now where Natalie, so Mandi does the channeling and Natalie does the facilitating of the message, what would your response be to everything she shared?
So I would say what it is that irritates you is the thing that you go deeper into. It's important to get uncomfortable. And whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable is the growth. It's the calling out. It's the thing to love deeper or harder or accept. And this self-acceptance, it's quite a challenge for us as humans, because that's what referencing into the fixing that she's talking about. The part that we say, okay, I'm irritated, you irritated me, your behavior, and then we find a model out there, because there's plenty of models to explain why our partner, friend, so-and-so should be fixed to eliminate my discomfort. And so it's that it's out, it's the reference of that's outside of me. The change needs to be outside of me. No, it's the inside. And when you go inside, or you're self-reflective, or you realize, oh, it's my irritation, I have 100% responsibility of that because it's inside of me. That's the cracking open of the seed.
Dishes are easy, but they are a pain in the ass. And who wants to do them on repeat?
Well,
Not
and
me.
right? And that's the aspect. And then you watch the thought, and then the thought, and then you just like, and then you don't become the thought. You realize the thought isn't you. It's just an annoyance thing, and it doesn't really mean anything. So dishes still have to be done. It's really practical. And it's funny. Okay, so then it's like, what is it that trips you up? You get tripped up by the dishes. Well, that's quite a profound thought in itself. So dishes trips you up. Dishes disrupts your day. That's really something, right?
Okay, so here's the
Hour away.
So in Get Real, this will happen too. Natalie will be talking about something, and then the channel will pipe in, because see, this is different frequencies working, different multidimensional realms of the awareness being explained at different levels, right? Not one better or greater than the other, but here's the check, right, dude. This is a trip. So sometimes when I explain myself, then the information fleets a little bit, but I'll grab it. Hang on. So this is a trip. There are people, and I've been guilty of this, early on in the spiritual, and not even early on. I'm going to be mindful of my words here. Just be impeccable with this words here. The people that believe that they have it figured out or are awakened will separate themselves from that is unawakened or unpleasant or uncomfortable or negative for them. How do I explain this? It's like my mother used to say, don't cut off your own nose, spite your own face. And it's kind of this concept of people are getting more spiritual so that they can feel more connected, but then they disconnect themselves and make it more separation because these people don't believe what they're believing. Natalie, you're going to have to help me out with that one because it's just getting reverb. But it's fascinating that if I'm going, okay, you're listening to this radio show and there may be people or come to get real experience, there'll be people that are sitting there and go, oh my gosh, my man needs to hear this. I'm going to turn this on for him. Or then there's other people going, oh my gosh, if my kids knew, kids, get in here. You need to hear what this lady's saying about blah. Or the exes or the friends or the person that they have disconnected themselves from, right? They want them to hear it so that they can be okay, so that they can reconnect. And what I'm suggesting here is going, there is no other. Nisargadatta Maharaj said, a guy, Q&A said, the guy came up to me, says, how do you treat another? And he said, there is no other. And it's like, this is the concept that I'm talking about. There is no other. So there's people that come home and go, oh my gosh, I just feel so good and everything is so bright. And you are negative and dark over there. I cannot even with you right now. And it's going, whoa, who's in the more of separation? I can't even with you right now. Because for me recently, I almost find that the people that are more in their shadow and fear are more loyal to their love, even though it's completely dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, trauma bonding. If somebody is in love out of fear, it's trauma bonding. I mean, this is something I also have learned from experience. Love out of fear is trauma bonding. That can be more strong than the love that people have when they get all enlightened and high holy and then unplug themselves from everything else because that other person just isn't good enough or they just can't even. Mm-hmm. I'm not suggesting you have to sit and watch it. Like, don't turn on the news and watch that because it irritates you. I mean, be mindful of what's going in our mind and our hearts, right?
Oh. I think we lost our audio completely.
From me?
Chanel? Our
you...
audio's gone.
It's off. Hold on.
She's getting on it.
I guess the message wasn't for you, huh? Just
she
playing.
Can keep talking.
There it is.
There. We're back.
Everyone in chat is saying they hear us. Everything cut here for us. So we were like, we're gone. Okay. Thank you for pitching in, listeners. And Chanel, you're awesome. Okay, go ahead.
I just said maybe that message wasn't for you. It's interesting to get jumbled up of a concept that can be easily twisted. So here's the interesting thing about anything that I say. I'm responsible for what I say, but I'm not responsible for the way that people receive it. People receive it how they are, not how I am.
And where they're at. Yeah.
And we have a rule in Get Real that says, don't say Mandi says. Because you repeat what I said at a different frequency or inserting your own words based on your understanding and your interpretation of what it was that I said. That's not what I said. Because you know what I said doesn't even have words and you wouldn't even repeat it if you got the concept, but it didn't land, because if it did, then you wouldn't have anything to say about it because it's simply it's love. That's it. That's the concept. That's the
right.
So Mandi doesn't say anything. No. This is the interesting meat suit over here in the voice box that gives herself over to creation and says, love, light, peace, healing, God, however you want to call it, be a representation of that.
Yeah. And, once you have that idea or have that understanding of it, you really do come to this place of peace and flow. You are in the moment. You allow whatever's meant for you to be. Things aren't hard anymore. Life isn't so challenging anymore. I see
I
that.
got it.
Go ahead.
What?
So the idea for all the listeners here that are probably doing the work because they listen to you and they're soul wandering, right? The challenge for us as a collective, and this is like what it just showed me, and you started talking and I was like, I don't know how to interpret this, but I'm not going to explain myself again because it will fleet again, is that we get to be that frequency and that example and that mirror and that reflection for everyone in society. So it isn't about altering or teaching or showing anything to anyone else. It's simply walking that truth. If you can walk in that truth, I went to the gym the other day. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I'm going to sit here and like talk about something that somebody else said about me that I was like, oh my gosh, that was like really nice to hear that. And I almost got flattered because there's haven't been flattered in so long. Somebody told me I went to the gym and the woman mentioned working out next to me. I didn't say a word the whole time we were working out. And then the coach came over and she says, yeah, I love her. She's so awesome. I'm thinking when I go to the gym, I'm serious. Like I am there to work out. I'm listening to music. I ain't listening to nobody, you know? And she goes, no, when you come, you really do change the energy of the whole class. And I was like, really? And she said, yeah, there's something about you. And I've had other people come up and say, there's just something about you. You haven't said anything. That's what we ought to be doing, is having so much love in what we are seeing and witnessing with no judgment as an observer, seeing something as it is, not as we think it is or our opinions or judgments or beliefs on what the other person is doing, but to see it in its highest, truest self that is another reflection of God. If we can see it as another reflection of Source connected to us that way, like, wow, they are really pretending to be a jerk or I'm saying that right now. They're doing such a good job. Way good job. You know, like find some humor in it. But if we can be that reflection of light, then I want to believe. And if I didn't, I wouldn't even have hope on this project to do Spiritual Evolution 101. But I guess hope can be a powerful fuel. But some would say hope is a beggar. And so I'm between this kind of, there's a crux in the universe there for me where I'm going, really nothing has to change. So why am I doing it anyway? But I'm going to do it because what if we all exercised our higher self and our greatest gift to the world and reached the critical mass of a mass collective consciousness awakening? What then could we create?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about like getting to that nirvana space and everybody be enlightened, because we'd get really bored and then we'd all want to forget again so that we could have fun and make a mess and create chaos so then we could expand again. So like I said, there's nowhere to get. It is the experience of the evolution of soul. So can we be those mirrors? Can we be those reflections? Can we be our gift? That's what I was going to say. It's just like if you have a spiritual practice and you have this light about you, go out into the world. Go out into the world and share it. Go out in the world and share it with every person you see. Even if they think you're crazy.
Especially if they think you're crazy.
Exactly.
Well, it came through the channel at the last Get Real experience. The highest frequency wins. That was really profound for me to hear and really consider that just being, doing dishes and like your story of being in the gym and just being you doing you, being just vibrating. We all vibrate and it's vibrating. And the more that you refine yourself, it adjusts your frequency. You vibrate differently. You have an effect on the world around you. And to hear those words saying the highest frequency wins. So it's just, and so if I refine myself to whatever it is, to accept the things that irritate me, to get into greater acceptance in my everyday life, accept the things. I had this experience yesterday. We were driving. And I didn't know exactly where we were going. I was worried about tell me which exit to get off. Well, I got off the wrong exit. And then I'm like, okay, help me get there. My companion in the car says, look, I would turn on Center Street. So I turned on Center Street instead of going towards the mountains. And I'm headed towards the lake. And that wasn't the right direction. And I'm like, you said you would help me. And he's like, it'll be fine. So then I surrendered to the experience. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. this irritation. Instead of leaning into the irritation, I just leaned into the experience. And it's the moments in life, because life is always unfolding. And it just really switched. And then I relaxed a little, less anxious, or I noticed the anxiety and moved through this experience and, watch just vibrate the best way I know how in any given moment, be here, the now.
Right.
And it didn't move this experience into, I could have started a really big fight and been really upset for a long time about this. Instead, it's like, okay, well, let's just wander around on the roads for a while.
So what if the moment too, like of irritation, that if there was one practice to do, if you're not going to do dishes, say you have a dishwasher, then you're not going to do dishes. So here's another practice: is anytime you get angry or disheartened or irritated, what if that moment that button's pushed, because everybody knows that moment, I'm in the center, and then something happens, there's an action that creates a disturbance in my being cool and awesome and collected, right? The moment that happens, what if instead of we said, well, the blame game, what if we said, what am I about to learn? What if that was the question? The moment you felt triggered, what am I about to learn? And then shut your mouth and listen for a second and pay attention and listen to what's going on in the body and just allow it to move without attaching a belief that it means anything. Mm. And without a belief that the other person did it. And that the action outside themselves did it. There are people that find nirvana in prison, in concentration camps, in third world countries, living in the slums, that are starving to death, that are lost. This isn't a matter of what's happening around us. It's not. It's what's happening around inside us. And if we can quit skirting around the issue and just sit and say, whoa, what is this about? Okay, I'm going to sit and watch this and listen for a moment and let it all go.
Serious question for our listeners. Like, really sit for a minute and think about how or when was the last time you actually sat with yourself in that way. And we have this rat race going on, this thing called life, where we're going, have to do this. We're busy. It's kind of popular to be busy, right? How many times have you sat with yourself, and when was the last time you actually did? Just some food for thought. What about you, Natalie?
That was I think that was that moment today where I was like, oh, I breathed different just then. I didn't have everything so saturated, so busy, that I could feel my breath differently. It's really fascinating. I've learned so much. I just words cannot even express everything I've learned with it. Just once I got Mandi and I connected and the universe brought us together, it's just so profound that it actually did. And all the things that I've learned in different languages, but just the ability to connect to, because she and I are different. We approach our lives very differently, just different perspectives, and interacting with someone who has a different vision, and me just going, I don't need to be like that. I'm good. My approach. And what I've learned that we have that she goes to the high heights and I'm a grounded tree. And then I will do the rooted thing. And what I give is profound and necessary, and the approach. And I really learned so much by just being with the way that it is, and listening to a different approach and taking it in and listening to the interpretation inside of myself. What it means for me is what it means for me. That's the important part. And everyone out there listening, the way you hear it is for you. That is the significance. Don't get hung up about, well, if you heard it differently or that. It's paying attention. It's really becoming very responsible in your responsible for the refining, responsible for the smoothing it down. There's another thing that's like when you take the corn kernel and you grind it and you mill it, it is like a smoothing of it too. Even if you want to do a different analogy, it's like taking a piece of wood and using different grits of sandpaper to get it very, very smooth. It's what we can do for ourselves. We're knocking off the spikes and the bumps and smoothing things out. The idea in life, what I've learned, is to find where the resistance is and reduce it, not grow it.
So my grit is more like 100, and Natalie is more like 1,000. She's got that really like smooth that can come in and get those really subtle edges. And for me, I come in with like the really gritty, let me get those rough edges down for you. It's gonna like hurt a little bit, but you'll thank me when we're done. Because the only thing that hurts is the lie. If it's fearful, then it's a lie. It's not love. Love is truth. Truth is love. And if love is truth and truth is love, then it cannot hurt. The only thing that hurts is fear, and that's a liar. So that's the part. Is I'm like, did that hurt you? Okay, where's the lie? Because when you realize the real lies, then the outside production doesn't affect the inside workings of the state of being. And I didn't learn this from a book or a seminar or a weekend workshop. This comes from experiential learning, baby. This is lots of dating, relationships, burned marriages, raising kids, moving, schools, trauma, abuse, many kinds of abuse, many kinds of upside down and inside out, being torn. It didn't come. It wasn't easy. It's life experience. The learning isn't easy. The delivery is simple, but the learning of it wasn't easy. I do believe we've come past that with this next generation. It's just that they are open and willing to learn and listen. It's just the iron that it's not going to work on this next generation. It's too rough.
Yeah, it is. It is so wild to see the younger generations coming in, and they're so aware and they have so much knowledge to share. I mean, I look at your children, granted they were raised by you, and that's a whole other level, but they are their own individual, unique human beings, and they're brilliant. They see things so differently than we did as we were growing. And it's so beautiful to witness them and their perspectives and their teachings and what they're sharing with the world. And the generations below them, same thing. It's so awesome that we get to see that. They're the ones coming in to change things up. The needed change that that must occur. It's so cool. I'm so glad I get to witness it. It's so beautiful.
I'm so glad I get to witness it too.
We only have a few minutes left, Mandi, so make sure that we have all of your information shared. How can people see your work and learn more from Cosmic Coyote?
So spiritualevolution101.com is open and running. It doesn't have a whole lot on there right now, but that is going to be the place to come for webinars and signing up for any courses or any information. There's another podcast on there, and the link to this will be on there. And then the links to all the social media platforms for Spiritual Evolution 101 will be on there. But Cosmic Coyote is a character that's under this platform. And this is the channeling experience. So reels and shorts and long videos on practices on how we can just start taking out the trash. So I would say if you're on social media, on any of the platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. There's one thing with an X now. Is that the new Twitter?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
Formerly known as Twitter.
There's some links on there. And then, of course, you could always come to us at Vibes Live, before we go like a whole Coliseum style. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be on a stage.
I'm the agent.
Yes. I think the new way
I'm pimping my girls out.
we are,
Although it is time.
I think we're gonna have a new show. It's gonna be the Get Real Experience. It's like the view, but it's the spiritual view on getting real.
So if nothing else, and I'm not for you, then do know that it's anyone who directs you inside. If anybody says I have the answer and this is what I'm getting and I have the answers for you, I would say do this. Na 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 na, and keep doing that until you can hear the truth inside you. The truth is always inside you. You are the guru. And until you don't find one, I mean, I'll be your guru if you want for a little bit until you realize the guru's in you. Or you can borrow mine. So Ram Dass used to say, if you don't have a guru, you can borrow mine. But at the end of the day, it's just that, if I'm not for you, just please seek something that speaks to in here or makes you just a little bit uncomfortable, and lean in and, keep doing what you do. Every job is important. It's not just this job and this, oh, my job doesn't mean anything. You can be a janitor changing light bulbs and taking out the trash, and it is equally as valuable as the person standing behind the podium on the stage with thousands of people. It's all of us. We're all in it together. It's just our presence of being that is going to shift things or not. And if not, I'll see you on the other side.
Mandi, I'm so happy that you came to spend time with us tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I love you both dearly.
Oh,
and thank you, listeners, for everybody that chimed in. And I'm excited to go back and listen. It's always kind of a trip to go, whoa.
Whoa.
That came
out of my
true.
mouth. That came out of my mouth.
Yes, listeners, thank you for your participation and spending time with us tonight. We know how valuable your time is, and we appreciate you being here with us. And that's a wrap for this evening. We're going to have to say goodnight. So until then, be good to yourself and be good to each other. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Have a good one.